Hello everyone and welcome back to APWC. So this month, apart from all the shows and movies that I've already reviewed on this channel, I watched some other movies and shows as well and thought it would be unfair to not talk about them. So without wasting any time, let's begin.
Ready.
Sankranthiki Vasthunam. This is what a proper family entertainer looks like, and I had a lot of fun while watching this film. Well, it's not like F2 or F3, but it provides a decent entertainment with some comedy sequences that are enjoyable.
Don't worry, Mini. I have a plan. Everything is...
Some people might think it is overrated and didn't deserve to gross 250 crores. But this mindless comedy is the need of the hour, as everyone is so frustrated and annoyed with their lives. Next, I watched Manamey, a loose adaptation of life as we know it. Manamey takes the core of that film and adds all kinds of masala to it. It has been dramatized beyond a point, and the storyline, which is so simple, gets stretched. So many subplots which didn't even add anything to the film. Still, it works for the Indian audience, and many people that I personally know enjoyed it. Well, I had my apprehensions, since Life as We Know It is one of my favorite rom-coms. And if you haven't watched it, then take it as a recommendation from my end. You will definitely love it.
Okay.
Next, I watched Parthenope. While watching this film, you get enticed by Parthenope, just like the characters surrounding her. You understand the evasive nature of beauty and how everyone wants to be around something so pretty. But that's just it. The cinematography is brilliant and has some beautiful shots. I mean, this is Sorrentino's forte, so he cannot go wrong with it, but the writing was lackluster. I was supposed to feel an array of emotions, which I did, but nothing lasted longer because of the alluring beauty of Parthenope. With so much exposition, naturally you get distracted from the storyline, and that is not good for a coming-of-age film. Maybe I expected more. Next, I watched Heart Eyes. One of the reasons to watch this film was the gore, which was evident from the trailers as well. The ending suspense was also well set up, but if you have watched such kind of films, then you will surely be able to predict it. Also, the heart-eyed mask was damn creative. If I ever celebrate Halloween, I am wearing that mask. Heart Eyes was released during the Valentine's week, and I am so happy for such films. There was a time when Jason Voorhees did that to couples, and now the legacy continues with a different antagonist. Next, I watched A Complete Unknown. I'm a sucker for biopics centered around legendary musicians, and A Complete Unknown delivers exactly what I expected from it. I am not a hardcore fan of Timothée Chalamet, but he pulls off Bob Dylan's personality with ease. It's good to see how James Mangold made Walk the Line, which is the biopic of Johnny Cash, and also directed A Complete Unknown, which, although is a biopic of Bob Dylan, yet has fragments of Johnny Cash in the film. After close to 2 years of exile, I am finally picking up my guitar again, and the credit goes to this film. Next, I watched Conclave. This film got an Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay, and that was enough to make me watch this film. Ray Fiennes has given a performance of a lifetime, and I feel he should have got the Oscar for Best Actor. The screenplay is genuinely captivating, plus the background score is like a bonus. There are moments in this film which got elevated because of the background score. Watching it in the theatre would have been such a wild experience. Next, I watched Deva. Shahid yet again gives his blood and sweat to a project, but this time is the screenplay that falls flat. Now, whether you have watched Mumbai Police or its Telugu remake Hunt, you know exactly what will happen in the film and how it progresses. So I can understand why the makers kept this a secret, but that's not the problem. They could have worked on a fresh script. I mean, since when did Malayalam directors went around remaking films?
ये बड़ी अच्छी बात कही आप.
Also, the few things that they have changed don't really impact the storyline. and it just feels like a lackluster attempt at serving the same beverage in a fancy bottle without the so-called rainbows, if you know what I mean. Next, I watched Borderline. Essentially, this film talks about how an obsessive psychotic fan breaks into a famous pop star's house with the intention of marrying her. The portrayal of how a delusional psychopath sees the world was displayed with accuracy. There are moments where this film takes it a bit far, but there isn't anything solid that will shock you. I was genuinely looking forward for this film as I had liked Samara in Ready or Not. She has done a fab job in that film, but Borderline falls a bit flat. Next, I watched Narayaneente Moonnaanmakkal. One of those films where a lot of data is thrown at you without many flashbacks, and somehow it works. The emotional aspects of this film work in fragments and are not sufficient enough to incite any kind of heavy emotions. The cousin angle was a bit too much to digest. It was quite distractive, and I do agree with most of the reviews. But we should not forget that Nikhil's mother belongs to a different. Next, I watched Last Breath. Based on the true story of a saturation diving accident in 2012, when diver Chris Lemons had his umbilical cable severed and became trapped around 330 feet under the sea.
How long was I lost for? About 40 minutes. Should be dead.
The last few minutes genuinely brought tears in my eyes.
आंसू नहीं होगा तो क्या नींबू पानी होगा?
For anyone who asks what brotherhood is, show them this film. Next, I watched Reacher Season 3. Another year and another banger season of Reacher comes to an end. It's the most binge-worthy show in recent times. Just like the previous two seasons, things do get brutal and serious in this season as well. The entire fake kidnapping sequence and the fake shootout orchestrated to kill Duke were the best in my opinion. In fact, the entire 6-3 Reacher versus 7-2 Paul was the highlight of the show, and it was very well choreographed.
Yeah! ये हुई ना बात गुरु!
I have read 3 books so far, and I'm yet to read Persuader, on which season 3 is based upon. Season 4 has started production, and after getting this news, all I gotta say is next, I watched One Day Season 1. The initial few episodes lacked depth, but as the show progressed, the depth and maturity increased. The problems that both Dex and M face became relatable. In fact, the character development of Dex was beautiful. Honestly, I'm more of a normal people fan and I stand by that show. Still, the last episode of One Day broke me.
अरे भाई एक रुमाल देना मनीष देखो मैं रो नहीं रहा हूँ.
That's it for this video guys. I'll see you in the next one. And if you like this video, then do subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.